Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have today is a 2015 Toyota Sienna LE. This Sienna is painted in pre-dawn gray mica. Bottle holders and storage on the front door panels. You have power windows, locks, and mirrors. LE models come with cloth seats, and this one has the ash interior color scheme. The driver's seat is fully powered with two-way power lumbar support, while the front passenger seat is manually adjusted. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. The Sienna is Toyota's minivan contender, rivaling the likes of the Honda Odyssey and Chrysler Pacifica. The Sienna made its debut for the 1998 model year, and in North America it served as a replacement for the Toyota Previa. Unlike the rear-wheel drive-based Previa, the Sienna that replaced it utilized a Camry-based front-wheel drive platform. As of the 2024 model year, the Sienna is now in its fourth generation. This 2015 model represents the third generation of the Sienna, codenamed XL30, which was produced for model years 2011 through 2020. Riding on the Toyota K platform, this generation is notable for being the last Sienna generation to offer a V6 engine, as the 4th gen Sienna exclusively uses hybrid inline-4 powertrains. The 3rd gen Sienna did get numerous updates throughout its decade-long production run. Highlights included a revised engine and transmission for 2017 and a refresh for 2018 that brought in new standard safety features. For 2015, the Sienna got its first notable refresh, which included improvements to the suspension and platform, along with a couple of very minor exterior updates, as well as a noticeably restyled interior. The US market 2015 model year Sienna was offered in the following trim levels: L, LE, SE, XLE, and Limited. Standard across the range was a 266 horsepower 3.5-liter V6 engine paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive was the standard drivetrain, with all-wheel drive being an option. So in the instrument cluster, we have 4 analog gauges: your tachometer, speedometer, temperature gauge, and fuel gauge. And you also have a digital info display, which can be gone through via the controls on the steering wheel. And now we have our fuel range, average fuel economy, current fuel economy. Then you can hold the button to go into various settings. And then with this button here, you can toggle between your odometer and trip computers. And then this button is your panel dimmer. It has a 3-spoke design, multifunctional steering wheel, does have sport grips. On this side, you have your audio controls with your voice command button and Bluetooth controls. Then on this side, these buttons, they go through the different stations, I believe, like presets. That's what they're doing right now. You have a return button, and then this display button will go through that display, and you have your cruise control stock. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. The parking brake is foot operated. A little bit of storage with coin holders. You can toggle power on or off to the power sliding rear doors. Your traction control, climate vent for the driver. On this side, you have your exterior lighting stock. And on this side, you have your wiper stock. So going down the center of the interior, you have a speaker up top, central climate vents. And right here is your whole touchscreen infotainment system, which we'll go over the system more in a bit. But you do have a physical volume, power, and tuning knob. Entering reverse does reveal a backup camera with stationary guidance lines. You have your hazard switch. Now we have front dual zone automatic climate controls, and we also have a set of climate controls, a separate one for the rear. But for the front dual zone climate controls, you have a display right here. You have your temperature for either side, fan speed, defrosters, different modes, sync, etc. Then you have your rear fan speed, rear different modes. You can turn it on or off, and then the rear temperature. You have two cup holders right here. You have a USB-A port and an aux port, along with a 12-volt power outlet. Storage down here. More storage. You have another 12-volt outlet. You have two cup holders right here as well. You can open this to reveal a massive center console area. And both front seats have armrests. Upper and lower glove boxes. Lower one is lockable. Grab handles. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. Auto-dimming rear view with a compass and garage home link. You have a sunglass holder with a mirror to check on the passengers. Your overhead lighting. And with these buttons you can open the power sliding doors. Very convenient. And you can close them back up as well. Here is the touchscreen infotainment system in this 2015 Sienna LE. I'm pretty familiar with these later 2010s Toyota's infotainment systems, and this 2015 Sienna of course has it. But you have a home screen right now. Right now it's displaying the radio. And you can customize the home screen, like widgets you might have. You have all sorts of general settings. We'll go to our main menu, which is apps. So you have audio. And it has AM, FM, plus Sirius XM and Bluetooth audio streaming. Nice to have all that back in 2015. Plus you still have a CD player in this van. You have all your sound settings here. Phone settings. Eco shows you how economically you've been driving, past record, that kind of stuff. Settings. The shortcut button on top of there takes you here also. But you have quite a bit of settings as well. Then your local weather, bring that up. And then local traffic as well. Traffic map, as you can see. But other than that, I think it's a pretty straightforward, simple system to use. But now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. All of the front four windows are fully automatic. I do like how Toyota does that. Even on very basic trim levels, they'll have all the windows be fully automatic. Standard on L and LE models were these 17-inch 5-spoke alloy rims. Powering the Sienna is Toyota's 2GR FE 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine. It's an all-aluminum power plant with dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, and Toyota's dual VVTi technology. Horsepower is rated at 266 at 6,200 RPM, and torque is rated at 245 pound-feet at 4,700 RPM. This engine is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission with a manual shifting mode, and this Sienna is a front-wheel drive model. Running on regular unleaded with a 20-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates are 18 mpg in the city and 25 mpg on the highway for front-wheel drive Siennas. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a torsion beam rear suspension. Stopping the van are 4-wheel disc brakes, with the front ones being ventilated. Curb weight is roughly 4,400 pounds for a front-wheel drive Sienna LE, and the Sienna can tow up to 3,500 pounds when properly equipped. The fuel cap is on the driver's side. It does have roof racks. And as seen before, it does have power sliding rear doors. This does have actually a center seat, but you can remove it. There are cup holders down there. And there's a way to put this back in place. You have some levers. This one will slide the seat. You can use that. You can move that out of the way, get easy access to the third row. Alright, so we're in the third row of the Sienna. And as for amenities, you have cup holders on this side. Now you also have rear sunshades for the third row. You can also open these third row windows as vents manually. Grab handles, coat hooks, rear climate vents, cup holders, and storage on this side. And space back here, I'm actually pretty comfortable in this third row. I mean, I'm about 6'1". I found that some of, hands down, the most comfortable and spacious third row seats are in minivans. Whereas crossovers, a lot of times have very, very tiny back seats. Like little tiny kids are like the only ones who can ride back there feasibly. Whereas minivans, I mean, these are, you know, great for, you know, like full-grown adults can ride in the third row comfortably. And that's the thing about minivans. I think when it comes to hauling around full-size passengers in this this number of them, minivans are pretty much the best way to do it. I know they have that stigma of being, oh, it's a soccer mom vehicle, but if you can look past that and not worry about it, I think a minivan has a pretty good amount of benefits. But anyways, we'll check out that second row now. Now, you can not only slide the seats back and forth, the second row seats, you can also use the same lever to fold them forward to just recline the seat back. So you have nice adjustability back here as well. Both front seats have mat pockets on the backs, coat hooks. Rear passengers do get, or second row passengers do get 2 cup holders right here, along with some storage. Bottle holders on the back door panels. On window switches, which as a kid growing up riding around in a Chrysler Town and Country, these windows would have been fixed. But Toyota, you could roll these down. Still got the little overhead lights, grab handles, climate vents. You even have your own set of rear climate controls on this side. So you can do your fan speed, auto mode for the rear, temperature, grab handles in the B-pillars as well, nice to hold on to. And both the outboard second row seats have their own armrests. Of course, as for space, it's a pretty roomy seat in the second row. Legroom, footroom, pretty good. Headroom's really good. Obviously, I'm 6'1", I got the driver's seat in a pretty comfortable driving position for myself. But I mean, you have that adjustability of sliding the seats, you know, reclining them. Even though this is a basic trim with the cloth seats, it's not too fancy, I could see this definitely being a very nice, spacious, you know, road trip vehicle. And then, of course, you got Toyota's impeccable track record with reliability. One of these I honestly think seems like a pretty good value if you're looking for a minivan. And I also forgot to mention, you have sunshades that you can pull up for the second row as well. Another really nice feature. Single exhaust, your rear wiper. Cargo space in the Sienna is 39.1 cubic feet with all the seats up, 87.1 cubic feet with the third row folded down, and finally 150 cubic feet with both the third and second rows folded down. Power outlet back here, light. These third row seats, you can of course fold them into the floor if you have a nice flat surface, and boom, there you go. Massive cargo area. Again, another benefit of minivans. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2015 Toyota Sienna. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.